afternoon, everyone. I am trying this out with the whole thing with the, let's see, I kind of hit that and everything else. There we go. Hi, how are you all today? I am Dana Sacco. I am with I2I Hype. I own the company, and I am a systems and automation specialist. What does that mean? It means that I'm the one that takes all those little back end things and all the, ooh, shiny. Oh, my friend loved this thing. And I throw them all together into one big thing. So it's one of those things that, we look at all these different pieces of software and we're like, I like all of these software packages, and you never know which one you actually want to go with. So, guys, today we are discussing 17 hats, and I've already thrown this up here because I want to get into this one because it's a very different piece of software. It's an older piece of software, and you're going to kind of notice it. Be completely honest with you, it's a little bit clunky. But at the same time, it's very, very functional. I mean, I really like it. So it's neat. As you can see on the screen, you can actually run two businesses through one account. So that's one of the cool things about it. But as you've seen through the other ones that we've looked for, most of them do offer that as a service. I mean, it's, so if you have two different divisions of your company that you really want kept separate, this is what you are going to want to pay attention to and take a look at. So to give you an idea on this one, there are some things within, like I said, it's a little bit clunky, but it's definitely usable. And once it's up and running, it's pretty much seamless. And we absolutely love that part of it. Anything that we can sit back and just go in any type of business, we're like thrilled. If you are here, let me know, give me a thumbs up, whatever. I am trying to do the comments on two different pages to make sure I see the comments. So I have my Facebook over here as well. And lots of beeping on my thing. Sorry about that. But all right, let's go ahead and get started and into this. As you can see, I have two different systems set up in here. Now, one of them is a test one. Number two is a test one. Got it. One of the cool things of why I went with, hey lady, how are you doing today? One of the reasons why I went with 17 hats and was looking at it as one of the systems I build, I can actually export my workflow and hand it over to you once it's all built in one of my systems. So I can actually go in, play with it in this one, export it, and take it all over to yours. So this is one of those that's a benefit, because we can kind of wait on finding out what you actually need in your, you can find out what you need in your business, things like that. And it will go from there. So let's go ahead and we're going to go into this one, and it doesn't have anything more dramatic than the other one. It's just got the prettier opening screen and sometimes pretty cells. Okay, a lot of the time pretty cells on this stuff. So this would be your calendar, which is totally integrated within it. And it walks you through all the different steps. Here are your steps for success: how to organize, lead management, booking, client onboarding, and fulfillment. And it tells you how to do each one. So the onboarding, it's going to gather information from them, introduce the client portal, which is going to place all the important information with them. A lot of the time, one of the big things that I've seen and talked about with people over the last couple of weeks has actually been onboarding. We are all super stressed with onboarding. I even had a talk with someone this morning. It's like you get to the point that you don't want to take any more clients on because you're just like, I can't do this. I mean, it takes me a week just to onboard someone, and then they don't send me the information, and then everything else. This will help you in that type of a situation by having the onboarding system there. So let's start up at the very top. Your organization, okay? You know, it's, hey, how are you? Hey, how are you today? Thank you very much for dropping in, guys. Give me a thumbs up, a heart, anything like that. Then you go into your settings, and it's got your account information. So your cell phone number, your address, your website, all of your branding, all of your colors. Guys, if you haven't been branding yourself, you really need to. Like, you see, if you saw my new beginning screen, I branded it. I branded my whole countdown screen before letting people know that I'm here. So start doing that. Make sure your colors are across the board, because if you guys see purple, guess who you guys are thinking of? It's me. I've got the purple hair. I look like my damn avatar. You do not have to look like your avatar, by the way. That was like totally a side effect of the whole thing. It was not what I was going for, but it looks awesome, so I'm excited. Then you set up your email settings. Your signature, it should be out there, guys. You know, it's got connect your Google Calendar or create brand new calendars. Why? Because it's got a scheduler in here. Duh, we all want a scheduler. So that takes away, by the way, if you guys have a system, that takes away all of a sudden you've got Calendly is gone. Acuity scheduling gone. You don't need it. Then you have your account templates. These are your email templates that are within the system, of course, that you're going to be sending constantly. These are the emails that go out. You know, someone books a call. You want an email to go out. Very simple, right? Document templates. These are your electronic document templates that you need to have. This is big, and it's one of, all of these systems that we've talked about over the last month, and it's been an amazing month, by the way. It's been amazing. I've gotten to know so many new people, but we all want contracts to be signed. And if you are not having contracts signed in your business and you are doing something for someone virtually, you really need to start having them sign contracts in any type of business that you are doing work for someone, no matter how small. I was working with a client, and actually they provide food and serve, of course, it's services for that food. Guys, it's an ice cream truck. I've been trying to get them to come down here for the last couple months, and for some reason they won't come down here from Jersey. I try though, but they have a contract. We have a contract in the system. They are not using 17 hats, but that's fine. Money matters. Guys, we all want money. Am I right? We're not in this so that we can, do whatever. We're not in this just for the fun of it. We're in this because we want to make money. If you are serious about anything about making money, you need to set up payment plans. Very simple. So these are your bookkeeping options. Add your sales tax, create your transaction categories. They will transfer over into QuickBooks just like a lot of us. Again, I will say this again, and I think I've said this in every single video that I've done this month, maybe not with Keep, because Keep doesn't really advertise the whole bookkeeping aspect of it, but this is not a bookkeeping software. It has bookkeeping within it, but it's bookkeeping for these transactions. So time tracking, guys, you can enable your time tracking. If you do hourly, that's awesome. That way if you bill people hourly, then it sends them to, then you can do it, send them an invoice that way. If you don't do it, you can use it to track your time on a project to ensure you're charging your clients enough. That is super helpful. And with it built in, where it's being tracked and everything else. And we like that sort of thing within any type of system. HoneyBook has it and DUBSADO have it both. Keep does not offer the time tracking, I don't believe, within the system, but it does help. I do some hourly work for a couple people. I don't usually do it though. It's not one of those big things. And then, but what you would do is go ahead, you always want to make sure that you're charging enough for your time. You gotta do it. And most people don't realize how much time they are using. I'm a big person. Oops, I didn't want to do that. But yes, I did. I want that over here. Let's move that over here. I'm a big person about time tracking and time management, believe it or not. But I will tell you, because as a mom of 5 kids and sometimes up to 9 in my house, I am a color coder. I am a time tracker. If if it is not in my Google Calendar, it does not exist. And my kids learned this pretty quickly when all of a sudden they would ask me if they could go to something, and I would say, no, is it on, or my first question would be, is it on the calendar? And if they said no, they didn't get to do it. But the thing is, with tracking your time, start tracking it for some of your clients, because say you're spending a lot of time going back and forth with a client, with emails, with texting, with messaging, track it. Find some sort of time tracker. This is a little bit off, but find some sort of time tracker that you're tracking that, and then realize, hey, they might need to be bumped up to the next level just because they're a high touch client. And that's perfectly okay. Or you need to learn to set boundaries and say, you know what, you've got this amount of time. This is what you've got. Invoice options, you set up your payment processor and all of that wonderful stuff. Guys, we love it. Again, you're going to do Square or Stripe. You will hear me over and over again. I do not like PayPal. I am not a proponent of PayPal. I prefer not to use PayPal. Thank you very much. Create a contact. That's your test contact. That's going to be someone that you're testing with. Lead management. This is your organization. This is how you're filtering people through your system. You want to organize them. You want to systemize them. You want to implement. You want the people that are doing, say, monthly retainer clients, for basic monthly, very low touch, 1 time a month, maybe 2 times a month. Bookkeeping, go ahead, stick them in there. If they're a higher value person, like a full service, you're doing their payroll, you're doing this, you're doing that, put them into another pipeline, that sort of thing. So you know where all your clients are. And then that way you're also knowing where all your time is going as well. Systemizing, that's in workflows, and implementing, of course. Your booking, this is going to be your lead management system, of course, to book more clients. That's going to take you through the workflow of setting up your calendar, of doing all of that wonderful stuff in the background that we want everyone to do and that we want everyone to take a look at. Guys, if you're here watching the replay, thank you so much. I know I do these at like odd times with the 11 o'clock in the morning, but it works for me because it's right before nap time. And yes, that is sometimes my nap, not necessarily only the 4-year-olds. Client onboarding. This is big, and we already talked about it. And so I'll show you some of the things. Now, some of you have known and you have been paying attention. I have seen you. I have talked to you. And we have been discussing a service called Content Snare. And I will do a quick thing on that at the end of this. I'll show you a quick preview. They have asked me some questions about going into certain things. And honestly, it's a really awesome system. But then fulfillment, this is what you're doing. You've gotten paid. Congratulations. Now what do you do? So this is actually a mini project management. All right. So guys, if you have questions also as we go, please type them into the comments. Some of them I may see, some of them I may not. I'm not 100% sure there. Of where I would see it. So like I said, I have Facebook over on one side. I've got one here. So I may not see all comments. I'm not sure where it allows me to see the comments from, but I'm trying to see them from all the different places. Okay. So when you go up to your company settings, and this is this little icon, and guys, almost all systems will have a little icon. They'll have a little gear. I don't know. I think all these software companies got together and said a gear is your system. You have all your brand preferences. This is your brand. These are your 2 brands. These are brand preferences, your account background color. I wanted to do periwinkle. Look, now I'm purple. See, now you guys would recognize me, right? And it also, you're working on it, so you do. Hey, how are you? Thank you guys so much for coming. This has been so much fun this month. You can upload your logo, your favicon, all of that wonderful stuff. And what that does is it actually brands into, the favicon is this little thing right here, guys. You see it up here, okay? It's that little circle. I know it's not that exciting, but it is. Because now it's branded up there. Your color and your fonts. Guys, my button color would need to change definitely. My highlighted color, my accent font. I would be changing all of this. Fonts. If you use one of these fonts, you can use it. You can come up with something that's close. Email button font. I mean, you can change that too. You brand it as much as you possibly can. This is your brand preview. This is what it would look like from them. Email button preview. This is what it looks like inside of the email. All right. So you've kind of got that going. Then you have your text. This customize it on lead capture form. Change the text on submit buttons. What do you want it to say? What do you want to title your contracts? What do you want to title these things? Personalize them, but still make them usable. Don't call it something stupid. You're putting something out there. You're asking someone to spend a couple $100 with you. Cutesy only gets you so far. All right. And you're talking to someone who absolutely loves emojis. I really do. I mean, Emojipedia and I are friends. But my contracts are my contracts. My items, my proposal, it's a proposal. These are things that are straight up. An invoice is an invoice. I'm not going to change these things, but sometimes, you could change it. A quote, like here, they call a quote, but I would actually change it to proposal because that's just my terminology that I use. So, it's just, again, it's one of those things. You're going with what works for you and your business and making it as personal as possible. Your email settings are here. Outgoing mail server. Do you want to be, blind carbon copied on all emails? That can actually be good if you are working with a team member, so that if they send an email through it, you can do it. Then enable read receipts. This can cause your spam score to increase, so I do not suggest it. Not on this type of stuff. Let people know that you're coming. Email help. Where's your email? And it's going to help you. There's a lot of stuff in here that can be actually done that you could do, but it's just taking the time. If you guys do not have the time, that's when you reach out to me. All right. Your email signature. This is making it so that it's consistent off the board. This is where you can put in a little headshot. You can put in information here, your name, whatever, you're going to put it in here. If you are doing something like almost in a table format, I would actually, like where you have your picture over on one side and then your text over on the other, you might want to create it in something such as a Google Doc first and see if it copies over. Mainly I have used texts on there, but you can add links. So always put your link to book a call everywhere because someone's going to contact you at some point. Reminders. These are reminders that you're sending your clients. Do you want them to be automatically done? I'm totally into the automatic sending of stuff, please. Especially if you have proposals and stuff that are due or else it's going to expire. Remind them because they forget. Confirmation. Send an email to the client. Once they submit it, they sign a contract, blah, blah, blah. Send reminders. I'm big on reminders. I love reminders. So let's go down to calendar. So this is calendar. Here's my calendar name. It's a default calendar. Okay. You can connect your Google calendars. If anyone knows me, everything is in Google. Everything is in Chrome. Everything's there. All right. So you can definitely connect it and it will link all the wonderful stuff in there. Your client portal. This is where, like, copy link. This is what it looks like right now because, of course, it is not done. So, they put in their email, they put in their password, and now they're logging into all of their stuff. Totally doable, totally usable. Global customization. If you want to be nice and welcome them, it's always good to be nice to people. This is what it looks like. It shows them their documents. It shows them their invoices, their quote, the questionnaire, their event details. It shows them their balance. It shows them, all of this stuff that they would need to see. It would, again, going back to branding, it all would be in their branding preferences. This all changes depending on what it looks like. Online scheduling. Please have an online scheduler. Please have an online scheduler. Please have one. Okay? This is the free scheduler that's in there. I named it the 30-minute free consultation. Then see if we can help. This is a Zoom room. Payment processor. I don't have one right now, but you can accept Stripe and you can accept Square. So, Julie, I think you were on earlier. I don't know if you're on now. Wave if you are. This one, though, would work in Canada. Whereas we were discussing earlier that, Canadians are weird and not everything works outside the United States. But seriously, if you are outside of the United States and your country can accept Square or Stripe, this is a consideration because not all services do. As we were discussing, HoneyBook does not accept people outside of the United States unless you have a United States bank account. So then it tells you 30-minute service duration. That I have a 15-minute buffer set up beforehand, a 15-minute after. I usually actually increase that to 30. Start services every 30 minutes, all of that wonderful stuff. Every 15 minutes if you want to do them, give people the option of booking at 8:15 versus every, 30 minutes. If you have a terms of service on it, confirmation number, project management, what are you going to tag them as? And this is where, these are some of the more advanced things. Where do you want to tag them? Well, they booked a call. So I would probably just tag them as a contact, as initial contact. Require approval to confirm. All right. Some of these things are actually really cool because require approval to confirm means it goes there, but I have to say yes or no. If they filled out a form for me, say they came through the lead capture form and they answered something, yet they booked a call and they've said that they can't afford me, I might not confirm that call. It's not that I'm trying to be rude, but you've already said that you're outside of my ideal client base. So for me, it's harder to deal with just because of the number of calls that I do take. Now, it can also, start a workflow once booked. Guys, that is actually big. And I'm going to tell you why. Neither one, HoneyBook or DUBSADO, start the workflow after a call is booked. So if I have one, accounting workflow, there we go. It's automatically started once the booking is made. That means after I've approved it, it starts this workflow. So then you have a waiting for approval email is what I would send. I would create one. See, it even tells you right there, create the dang email. And look, it's a basic thing. I think y'all can do it. It's, it's just, again, time. So again, that part. Then reminders. Please send them reminders. Please send them reminders. All right. They do not have text messaging in here as one of their services. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. It really depends on the age group that you're working with, and the type of people that you're working with. If you want it, I'm not sure, and I have not set up like a text service through Zapier to do these things. But I really like text reminders, and I know that mine is not set up. Users, these are your users, team members, whoever. Change my login, referrals. You guys can refer people. I'll share this link. I only receive a $50 gift card with each referral if you sign up. And this is actually not the most expensive one, even though you might think it is. Plan information, integrations. We'll go over plan information in a little bit. So you integrate with Zoom, integrate with QuickBooks, Zapier, like I said, with Zapier there, and view orders if you want to do that. Fundy Designers, that is a design shop proof, just these type of things depending on the type of business that you have. All right. Now here's where you get down into the nitty gritty of it. These are all your documents and emails. As you can see, they are really, really kind of, whoa, they have a lot. They have a lot that are already in here. And with having a lot in here, and it tells you when it goes out, okay? So mine it comes up with hi, and then it would be, contact first name. It's got insert tokens. So that would actually be automated. And then this one would be thank you for the incoming stuff on your discovery call. And that would automatically be automated. All of this stuff is automated of what's going through. And this would actually not be that. It would be your email signature. And so we would go ahead and put all of those things in there. The thing that gets confusing on 17 Hats when you're in this place is that if it's not assigned the correct type, then it can only be used in certain areas. As you can see, like this one here, you can only set it up to go when the invoice is being sent. I know that sounds kind of weird, and some of the systems, so it can get confusing. And that's why, where is, I don't even see it. Contact confirmation, all of these different things. The different tokens that you see there to autofill will be variable based on the type of email. Do you see how it can get confusing there? It doesn't, but they do have different options. So here's the initial contact. Here's a proposal email. Autoresponder for discovery call. And then since it's a lead autoresponder, you can change it here. It's actually scheduling. Okay. Then we do insert token, and we would do, where is it? Booking date. And then you would put in here, oops, hit the wrong one, but you get the idea. It's booking start time at that point. Then you just click save and it's updated. So then you go through all of these. Now you can see up here, they have ones that are archived, and that's good to clean up all those extra emails because with any system, they send you in with a bunch of different emails that are formatted. Then purchase templates. You can actually purchase. These are the essentials that came with it. but you can actually go into the template market and go find some. This is what's fun. Like, here's a life coaching workflow. And these are all done. These are packs right here. So let's take a quick look. 17 hats, reminder workflow. 17 hats, life coaching, wedding coordination, WordPress design, client connection, holiday promotion sale. You can see some of these have dollar amounts on them. Some of them do not. Complete. Now, Mariette Martinez did this one. If anyone knows her, she is freaking awesome. I absolutely love her to death. And she's got a complete tax preparation workflow and email templates that are in here. I don't do taxes, but that's awesome. I mean, for 99 bucks, boom, done. Okay, are you ready for that? You know, all of these different things are in here for all of the different systems. Wedding clients, portrait packs, complete wedding packs. You know, I don't know what a senior pack is. See what it means when I tell you make things readable so that you understand what the heck it is. Complete families, luxury experience. You know, they've just got a bunch of different things already in here. Then you've got just emails. These aren't just packages. These are just emails. And then these are questionnaires. And everyone always wants contracts. Everyone is looking for contracts. So, you know, here's a wedding photography. Here's one for social media consulting. Here is one, you know, you've got, most of these are for writing and things like that. You always want to have a good contract. And just as a disclaimer here, no matter what type of contract you do, no matter where you get your contract from, please have an attorney take a look at it for you so that you know that it is legal within your country and that it will extend to other countries as well. That's actually big with this, with online businesses, is that you establish that where it will take place and where it is going to be enforced at. So those are those type of things. Now let's go into, we have custom fields here. Custom fields can be done as contacts. Short field, long field, yes, no. You know, these can help pick. These can help decipher who and what you want to use. Then you've got project fields. Again, same type of thing. And these are way they can show in your, they appear on the right side of your project page, and they can help you decipher who is who, what's what, and the types of things that you want. It also does. If they have specifications, it goes from there as well. Now you have your workflows. These are some sample workflows. This was an accounting bookkeeping workflow that I started. Okay. It actually, what's interesting is that I have other workflows that click to each different thing. So, you know, lead follow-up consultation 1, just then this is the extension of that. This is where it goes. So this is the current pricing. Wait for the response. Phone call, follow up with lead. Send, you know, this is a booking one. Then it assigns you tasks to do if you want to follow those tasks. Excuse me. But each different thing has a different situation and different way that you want to do it. I believe, and we'll jump over into my other one, but the way that you're going to do it is you go up here and you add a step. Is it going to be an action, a to-do, or is the workflow waiting? I like this part here, okay? Because I want it to wait. Say I want it to wait. Then it's due after the base date, whatever, when then I want it to send something. Okay. So say I want it to send something after a few number of days. If they haven't done something, then, you know, that sort of thing I'm waiting on. Action things, send an email, send a questionnaire, send a quote, send a contract, send an invoice, start a workflow. This is cool because you can have 2 separate workflows. So you can have an intake workflow, and the way I like to have it set up is you have an intake workflow. From there, depending on what they decide, then you're going to send them over to the correct workflow. If you're a bookkeeper, say you are doing bookkeeping and you're doing taxes, say you're an accountant with 2 different divisions, you can actually send someone over to a tax workflow who's going to have a completely separate workflow than someone that's doing bookkeeping. If you're a virtual assistant, it's the same type of thing. Say you have someone that, if you're a virtual assistant and you're taking on general admin work, you send them over here to this workflow because you don't need as much information. If you're a virtual assistant who's taking on clients that you're doing a lot more for, whether you are setting up systems for them or doing, some more involved tasks, and guys, you should be charging more for that sort of thing, then you're going over here. It can change the calendar. So say you have team members, it can actually switch you over to a totally different the person over to a totally different calendar to work with them. It also can let you divide from a prospect calendar and now send them over to a client calendar, which is very cool. Like you can see, this is a really it's a really intense piece of software that has a lot of little pieces that can really work together and build a lot with your business. Send a greetable. I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool and I'd want to do that. Confirm the booking, archive the project. Once you're done with the project, say it is a one-time project, you wait 90 days. I really hope that you have asked for a review in an email. Archive the project automatically and you don't have to worry about it anymore. Genius, right? I know. I just spent like a half an hour the other day archiving things and that irritates me. All right, so let's go back to the little thing up here. Life cycle. This is really kind of neat. So this is where you're doing, like, especially the way that I work, my large project or even my 14 days to automation is actually in 2 parts. It's got 7 business days for you to do your homework. So we would do that as stage 1 in here, and stage 2, then we would go into another stage. So this is, you go from different things. This is new. We've got new, meeting, proposal, paid, delivered. So you've got different, some people call them pipelines, some people call them whatever. You can add stages to it. You can delete stages to it. So where are they? Where are they in your project? And it's just kind of helpful to kind of help you along. Because, and we'll go over here in just a second, there's just a lot of different things. Lead capture forms. Guys, everyone needs a lead capture form. If you don't have one, go get one. So again, the name maps to that phone number, message. Do you understand that our rates start at $2,000? Just making up numbers works for me. That is my favorite qualifying question, depending on how you word it. It helps. If someone cannot afford you, again, going back a few minutes, that just kind of helps. It helps save you time. That goes back into confirming the phone call. So if they've selected that, you may not want to do that. You might not have the bandwidth at this time to do that sort of thing. Then you can install the form. You can send an open link. Guys, this is the link. I'll show you what it looks like on one that is totally not done. So there's the link. It's very simple. This is a simple yes or no question. And then it's protected, blah, blah, blah. Again, branding. Y'all would need to put your branding in. We haven't put branding in on this one. You can embed it. Insert form on a website. You can add the form to your Facebook page. This is the URL so that they will automatically, if you're on Facebook, they will automatically track to here. Where it's add button, contact you. They'll automatically start into a workflow. Very simple, very quick, very easy to do. and they're all in one place. Install form, insert form on website. This is when you need to know coding and you're putting that into a website document for it. Then link to a dialog window. This is where it's going to pop up. Okay. So that's just going to pop up. That's going to have a window that does that. And let's go over. So you've got your dashboard. These are the things that you are doing each day. Again, it's even telling me, okay, I don't have my weather in here. Just to let you know it's hot. Very simple. It's hot. But it tells me my date. Enter my location. That would tell me what time. Pending items, recent client activity. You can add team members. You can add contacts. You can add other people that you are working with in here. So it's pretty damn cool. Here's your to-do list. I love to-do lists. If anyone knows me, I've got like 50 million lists going on. Okay, I'm now working out of the task manager a lot. But let's start with contacts. These are your contacts. Add your first contact. And then we'll just go ahead and put in my information. And that's what it's going to look like. Add a new project. What's their budget? When am I doing the work? What is that? You know, it's all. You can add different tags. You're going in and there's contact details there. All right. Leads. Leads are different than contacts. Your leads are the people that you're following up with. So again, add lead. Use a basic contact form. Use lead capture forms. Use full contact form. This is a full contact form. You can hide it from the client list. So these are the people that you're actively talking to. That's what's so cool, right? I mean, we absolutely love that. Now, what's kind of neat about this, like for different types of businesses, one of the people I talked to, they actually run a dog business, like a dog walking business, a dog care business. And as many of you know, my dog is always in the background. She's not snoring today though. But put this in here. We uploaded the dog pictures, guys. So the contact picture, because she never sees the owner of the dog, but everyone had a contact picture in there of the dog. All right. Then notes, of course, add social media, you know, all of these wonderful things you can add in here and all have one in one place. Projects, we saw that with the contacts. Bookings, these are bookings that are coming up, bookings to confirm. Remember, if you have it marked confirmed, then it would list here. There's your to-do list that I said. These are all the documents. These are the invoices, the quotes, contracts, questionnaires. What's going on in your business? So you can always look at this stuff. Your workflow, this is your workflow overview. It's going to show you everyone that is active, where everyone is in this thing. And then templates on top of that, you know, we've already done that. As I've already said a couple different times, connect an account with bookkeeping, blah, blah, blah. Please don't use it for bookkeeping. I think that every bookkeeper on here will love me for saying that. Please don't use it for bookkeeping. Now, let me go over here because I think the workflow looks a little bit different. So this is the different brand. And you can see it changed the color. I would definitely need to change that. But let me see if I've got templates. I think this one is more built out. No, this one wasn't built out as much. So it's got all of these different features. Now, as we've talked before, and I'm going to stop screen sharing. Guys, if you have any questions, let me know. We're going to stop sharing that screen and I'm going to pop in right over here. All right. So if you know me at all, you know that I like to work from my phone, right? You know that this is big for me. I like to have an app, and you know what? Will you hush? Britt, hush. All right. 17 Hats has an app. That's important. It looks just like it. It is easy to do from your phone, okay? You're not going to build on your phone, but you're going to respond to people. So, if you're going to respond to people, you guys, if you might have seen me on the beach this week, you might have seen me whatever, um, with some of the things, but it's got everything here. So you've got the little, they call it a hamburger, just in case anyone ever wants to know. They call that little menu thing a hamburger, but everything's exactly the same. So it's a little bit clunky to set up. But once it is set up, it's pretty damn powerful and it runs right across the board. So is this one of my favorite systems? No, it is not one of my favorite systems. Why? Because I don't like clunky in the background. But 17 Hats is stepping up to the plate. They are saying, we understand some of these limitations. We understand some of this stuff, but they have a solid business system. They have a solid business plan. They have a system that works. And it's not going anywhere. A lot of people have been reaching out to me about systems that, are new. They're getting these lifetime deals. They're getting all this wonderful stuff on AppSumo. And I'm a big fan of AppSumo. Just to let you all know, I like it. I spent $17 the other day on it, on a thing that blurs pieces of my screen. I know, that's just neat, right? It blurs it if I'm screen sharing for confidentiality purposes. But if something is on AppSumo, there's no guarantee it's going to be here next year. And that, a lot of our businesses, and I just know that there's a ton of businesses out there that need to have this service. They need to, they need to have these different things. And I totally lost my train of thought. But you guys, you get the idea. These businesses, they're coming and they're going. They see a need. They try to fill it really quick. And then you're stuck in a year because you're not, you're growing. Now you have to change your entire system a year later. Why? Because the system didn't grow with you. 17 Hats has been there. They've done that. They know how to do it. Again, it's a little bit clunky. I don't like the going back and forth between trying to set up all the workflow stuff, but it works. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with stuff that works. I'm happy that once it's set up, it works. I'm happy with stuff that, they're advanced enough. They're not talked about enough, but they have an app. They're here. They're constant. They're, they work. So would I recommend it to people? Absolutely. I really would. Because it is a pretty darn good system. Do you need to work at it? Absolutely. You do. It's not quick. It's not easy. That sort of thing though, it's really awesome once you get it all done. So if you guys don't have any questions, I'm going to tell you really quick. Again, thank you so much, especially if you guys are showing up on the replay. Thank you so much for being here live. If you would like to talk to me, go away. Okay, if you would like to talk to me at any time, I've been talking to people about picking out their systems for like the last week. No problem. I am taking next week off though, guys. I am. So I just dropped it into the comments. I don't know where it's going. It actually went to the main page, so I'll put that over on the business page or on the group page. It went over to my other page. So I'll also put it over there. But danasacco.co/call me, and we will get everything set up for you. And we'll figure out which one of these systems is the one that is going to work for you. I mean, it's, what works for me might not work for you. I quoted someone the other day. I was talking to them and they were all set to go with something. I was like, that won't work for you. That doesn't do half of the stuff that you want. So that does you no good, right? I mean, don't spend some of these systems are like $300 and something. So we don't want that. you don't want that sort of thing. You don't want to go in, spend all the money, and it be gone. I wanted to do a quick screen share. I completely forgot. They do have different levels. Add to stream of pricing. And I'm also going to put my code in here. Again, I don't get anything except for like some sort of weird gift card. Amazon said, please help my addiction to Amazon. But level 1, okay, your CRM, 20 documents, 1 lead capture form, 1 online scheduling service. Basic plan, $150. All right. Free CRM. They do have an option for a free CRM if you do not want to do other stuff, if you're just manually entering everything in. Step it up, people. Yeah, I know. You could do it anyway, but step up a little bit. Level 2 is the same type of thing. 35 documents per month, 3 lead capture form, unlimited online scheduling services. So this is when you have like a discovery call and then you have client calls. So that's helpful. Unlimited documents per month, 20 lead capture forms. Now, unlimited documents are considered quotes, contracts, invoices, and questionnaires. A quote, contract, invoice nested as a single attachment counts as 1 document. And that is how I set things up for people. So it's totally possible. If you're only quoting 20 people a month, you can definitely get it for $150 a year. Level 2 is $300 annually. Level 3 with the unlimited, $600. So it really depends on where you are in your business and where you want to go in your business and how you are looking to grow. So I am going to, let's stop sharing that. We have that. And again, in the links, I'm going to go ahead and put that code in for you so that you all can see it. And like I said, you can use the code. You can go to 17hats.com. You're not going to hurt my feelings either way. This isn't, you have to buy it. It's one of those things, though, it just helps. And it just helps with my Amazon shopping. And I know that there's a couple of people that laugh at me at my Amazon shopping, and that's really okay. I'm okay with that. So I'm going to put it here, which puts it in the one place. That is that link. And if you need help deciding again, book the call with me. Let's talk. And we'll go from there. Or message me. I mean, I talked to someone today and we're just messaging back and forth, and I can tell you what you need based on where you are in your business. So definitely, I can't wait to talk to all of you. And with that, I'm going to go have lunch. All right. You guys have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you.